Welcome to week 21 with Mrs. Bibb. These notes are the same for my Algebra 2 honors as well as my regular Algebra 2 class. Please fill in your table of contents. You will need your Chromebook for today's lesson. You will need some student journal pages. I see student journal 65 there listed as one of the pages you need, so you may want to make sure you have your correct pages before you begin. I know it says to work with a partner, but since we don't have partners right now, we'll just work on this and see if we can match the equations with the graphs. When I look at these, first of all, letter A, I see the parent function, y equals x squared. And the only graph that has the parent function of y equals x squared graphed is capital A, I believe. Let me move that down just a little bit. Yes, capital A. So I know that I can check y equals x plus 2. That does have a y-intercept of 2, so lowercase a does go with capital A. Letter B. I have a quadratic on top and a linear on the bottom, so I have two choices left. I've used A already. I have E or F. And my line has a positive slope, so that would have to be E. For the next one, I have a quadratic and a linear, and that linear has a negative slope, so F definitely goes with letter C. For letter D, I have a positive standard form quadratic, which means it points up, and a negative standard form quadratic, which means it points down. Now, how am I going to pick which graph? We can go by the y-intercept. The y-intercept is -6 on the top one. C is your y-intercept in standard form. And the y-intercept is +6 on the bottom equation for letter D. So +6 and -6, it looks like the only graph that has that is letter B. That looks like +6. That looks like -6 because this says -8, so I believe that's correct. Letter E, I got a +1 and a -1 y-intercept. Looks like C. A +1 and a +2. That definitely looks like D. So C and D. Those should be the right answers for that first part. Next, if you will look in your textbook, it says in your own words. So if you'll look in your textbook and read what it says for systems of nonlinear equations, and then write that definition down here. And let's look at where it says solve equations by graphing. We're going to use Desmos, and on an assessment, I will not ask you to solve by graphing unless I give you the graph already. On homework, you can use your Chromebook if we're not working in class. If we are working in class, we'll talk about that. But you can use your Chromebook and use Desmos to solve by graphing. To solve the equation by graphing, you're looking for, and you may want to write this down, you're looking for the point or points of intersection. Where do they cross? Those would be your solution. Let's look at the first examples. When we're going to solve by graphing, I'll provide the graph with you like the next set of examples, or I'll provide the graph for you. When you do this type of problem on assignments, then we will use Desmos. Okay, I have Desmos up here so you can see. I'm going to type in y equals, and there's a couple different ways to type this in, so I want to make sure you can see all ways. Y equals 1 divided by 2, 1/2, tap beside of it, x squared minus 3. And then tap on the second one, negative 4. And see, I didn't type y equals that time. I wanted to show you that you can do either one. Negative 4 minus 2x squared. And I'm looking for the point of intersection. If you look down at the bottom, do those 2 points intersect? No, they do not. So then that means that my answer is no solution for number 1, because they do not intersect. Okay, for the next problem. Y equals, and I like to type y, you do not have to type y, but I like to, I don't know why. So y equals x minus 2 squared. So there's y equals x minus 2 squared. And then 1/4 x. Oops, I put y. Minus 1/2. One wonderful thing about Desmos is you can zoom in and see the points of intersection. It intersects at 2, 0, and they intersect at 2.25, 0.0625. So we'll write those. 2, 0, that's one solution, and 2.25 and 0.0625. Those are my 2 answers. Let's graph number 3. Y equals negative x squared minus 2. And I'm just going to type in y equals again. Y equals 4 times x plus 1 minus 3. Okay, I think I have it zoomed in too far for us to see. There we go. So I have to zoom back out. Now it looks like 2 points of intersection. Here is one. Negative 1, negative 3. So negative 3, negative 11. Okay, so that's how you're going to solve a system by graphing when you have homework to do or problems like that. For assessments, I will actually give you questions that look like these two and ask you to solve. So it should be really easy for you to solve these. You're looking for the points of intersection. These intersect in 2 points, and these do not intersect. So this answer is no solution. And this answer here is what? Negative 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So negative 1, negative 10, and then positive 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So positive 2, negative 10. Those are my solutions. That's where the linear and quadratic function intersect. And I believe that's it. Hope you have a wonderful day.